Hello everyone and welcome to a special episode of our Graduation Podcast series. My name is Robin Hedley and I'm one of the current MBA students here at Cambridge Business School in the class of 2024. I'm joined today by Ge from the class of 2023 and I'm really excited to talk to her about her journey, where she's gone since the MBA has finished, and any top tips that she might have for current and entering MBA students.
Sure.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so
Ge.
much, Robin, for your time.
Ge, I want to know your MBA journey. Can you tell us highlights? What was your favorite moment on the whole MBA? What kind of experiences did you have?
Well, thank you so much for this question. I mean, it's really hard to define any, like a specific favorite moment, because I think almost every moment here I spent is perfect. So I couldn't say, anything is, my favorite. But if you want me to mention, definitely I do learn a lot from our professors and cohorts. So that's the best gift that I received from here.
Did you have a favorite professor?
I have a lot.
Okay.
I have a lot, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And now that you've finished your MBA and moved on into, we might say, the real world, as it were, have you found that the Cambridge MBA gave you some sort of competitive edge? I also understand that you were a Boustany scholar, which involved doing an internship in the summer. Was there anything from the scholarship and the MBA that really pushes you ahead in the competition?
Yes, thank you. And then for me, I really do appreciate, Boustany Foundation. As you can, as you mentioned, it's a really, important scholarship for me. And then I did learn a lot from Miss Alison Pitt and also the Mr. Fadi Boustany. And then I spent a great time in Monaco. And then in Cambridge, I do learn a lot from many people around me. And then if you ask me, I do, appreciate my cohort around the world, and then they told me how to initiate a completely new, forum. So that's one of the best gifts I received here.
Can you tell me a bit more about this forum?
Yes, because I really want to, build a friendship bridge between UK and then China. So I thought, why don't I, do something here? But before I do anything, I really want to learn from other people. And then, as you know, there is already really solid established, Cambridge Indian Forum and also the African Forum. So I received the inspiration of logistics and the operational side from them, and then I got help from my cohort around the world. So that's the learning part from them. And then for me, the Cambridge MBA itself helped me a lot. Speaking of inviting important guests, and then also the booking the venues and everything. So I had an amazing time preparing for that.
Would you say then that the Cambridge name as well helped you to get guests that maybe wouldn't have come otherwise if you'd been to another university?
Of course, yeah. You mentioned this very precisely. But on the other hand, I realized that if you want to do a good initiative, not just because of Cambridge, but people actually, do understand why you want to do this. So both sides actually helped me.
Okay. And now I want to focus a little bit more on your time during the MBA. A lot of students talk about the balance of lots of different commitments and lots of different pieces of work that you've got to do. How did you manage to balance that? I also understand that you have your own business that you're running as well.
Yes.
So even more than many MBA students will have at the same time. How did you manage it?
Well, if you ask me, time management is also very important, but also really hard. So I think if you ask me, I definitely would prefer to focus more on the social side. So I do participate in, polo club. Tennis club, and then also the Pembroke Rowing Club, and then, but by sacrificing, a lot of my sleeping time.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so it's now a trade-off between work and sleep.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the only way I can manage this many things at the same time. But if you ask me, I would do the same thing. So
You'd do it all over again.
Of course. I'm gonna maybe participate one more club, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
One more. And can you tell me a bit about your background in the fashion industry? So you came from a fashion background, and then you came onto the MBA, which is perhaps a less conventional route onto an MBA. And now you're still in fashion. You have your own brand, Annderstand. And can you tell me a bit about how's that journey been with fashion and the MBA? How does it fit in?
Well, thank you so much for mentioning about my brand, because I spent a lot of time preparing for my brand, and because I had a fashion design educational background before, and then I always want to have this MBA educational background, because I need a more managerial background, right? So I compared a lot, between different colleges, and then eventually I think Cambridge is the best place for me to pursue my MBA program. And then I worked really hard. As you mentioned, I work in the fashion industry. So I think more towards to the creative side instead of logical side. Mm-hmm. But as a founder and CEO of my own company, to a certain time, you need to scale up. Because as an entrepreneur, I always want to, move up, right? Mm. And then to some point, I really don't know how to scale up. So I thought about it, compare a lot of methods. I think the easiest way, the best way is to, work with talented and many different areas people. So that's why I applied to MBA, and I'm going to continue my fashion business. And right after I graduated from MBA, I also started my own consulting company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I learned a lot about, business and managerial, and I accumulated many, friends from different sectors, right? So, yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised you've taken on something else if trade-off is with sleep.
Yes, many sleep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And within fashion, your brand, is there anything in particular that you say on the MBA helped you to take it to that next mm-hmm. level? Is there something that you did through the MBA or mm-hmm. even after the MBA that you've taken from it?
Yes, because I focus on the sustainability and also the East meets West, aesthetics, right? Mm. So before I came here, I really wanted the world to get to know our, Chinese culture more. So I designed collaborated with a few other Chinese designers, right? So we designed combining between East and the West, a design aesthetics. And luckily, I got, opportunity to display our little mini collection at the Fitzwilliam Museum.
Wow.
Yeah, next door, right? Mm-hmm. So, and then during then, more than 1,000 people watched our, exhibition for one day. Mm-hmm. So if you ask me, that's the one of the largest gifts I received from Cambridge University. And then after I graduate, I start to focus more on the, this culture-related design instead of just focusing on the commercial side. So because I learned a lot from the Boustany Foundation and also the Cambridge University about the social responsibility side. So I think that's another thing really important that I learned from here.
That's really amazing. And do you see this cultural aspect of fashion being quite a trend in the future, something that not only within your own brand, but other brands will start to follow more and more?
Yes, I totally believe so, because this world is becoming more and more open. And then we, like you and me, we came to Cambridge, although we are from different countries, but we can communicate very well. In another hand, except for the language, right, we can also use the design as our, power to communicate better around the world. So that's a little, dream from my side.
So before we wrap up, we have a fun little surprise. Mm-hmm. We have a bowl of unexpected questions here, and I'd love you to take one of them, read it out for everyone, and then give us your answer.
Oh, this is exciting. Then I'm going to pick the pink one then. Okay. All right, so the question is, the unofficial MBA survival kit. Name 3 things you had to have. Okay, so the first thing, no matter how introvert you are, please become an extrovert during MBA year, okay? And then the second thing is you can sleep a little bit less. You'll be fine, okay? And then I think the last thing is that remember your classmate's name all the time. It's really hard because this is a big cohort, but you will learn a lot. So yeah, there are too many things I would like to remind them, but I think those are top 3.
Those are some great tips. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Robin.
Well, it's been a real pleasure to chat with you today about your experience through the MBA as well as with your brand Annderstand and also on the Boustany scholarship as well. So thank you so much for coming in, and I've really enjoyed chatting to you.
Thank you so much, Robin.